Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for a random pack rip episode today. A lot of my pickups and thus my content here on the channel tends to be singles, graded cards, raw singles, or just cards that I am a believer in and want to add to my collection. I do find that purchasing, specific cards versus unopened product tends to leave me with a more rewarding collection at the end of the day. But at the same time, I get the itch to rip, just like everybody does. So I have a pack shelf in my hobby room here that's got, loose packs and retail blasters and even a couple hobby boxes opened up. And every so often I will just kind of go through and grab a few packs and scratch that itch. So we're going to do this one solo today without my pal Leo. He's sleeping out on the couch. But first and foremost, we have these Topps American Baseball. I think these are UK minis, which is why they specify American on the front of the label. I've done a pack of these before, I think with Leo in a previous episode. You only get a few, and they're smaller in size than your standard Topps card of the era. Unfortunately, Don Mattingly is lost to the moldy, putrid gum here, so that's going to be disposed of. Probably throw my hazmat suit on after the video here and get rid of this, but there's what the Mattingly would have looked like if I was okay with a food product like that existing in my household, which I am not. As for the rest of the cards, again, really nice design here. I like the stars and stripes motif to denote, American baseball, kind of a patriotic feel. And of course, with a small checklist, like a lot of these sets have, it is chock full of star players. So we've got 2 Hall of Famers right out of the gate with Robin Yount and the kid, Gary Carter. Tim Wallach of the Expos is up next. And then the last undamaged card in the pack is Jack Morris of the Detroit Tigers. So only recently sent off a package to Lisa Z, but that one will probably start off my next stack to eventually send her way. Would have to say my favorite of that pack was clearly the Robin Yount. Let me get some card stands here. Start throwing some of these up in the background while we get into the other rips. So we'll leave Mr. Yount on display. Next up, a pack that a lot of people consider junk wax, and I don't necessarily even disagree. 1992 Upper Deck Baseball. What's cool about this, you could technically find a Ted Williams autographed card in this pack. You have a snowball's chance in hell of actually locating one of those, but there's that element of what if. And then aside from that, the early 90s Upper Deck sets, obviously they broke onto the scene in '89. But their first 5 or 6 sets in particular, I just adore them. They have really nice photography, fun images. So even though these cards aren't worth anything, outside of pulling a Williams auto, they're still really nice. So Carney Lansford with the A's, and in typical Upper Deck fashion, these are turned every which way. Here's a beauty, Nolan Ryan. Late career portrait there of a very serious Nolan. Card that I had as a kid and will definitely continue to prize in my adult collection. Can never get too many Nolan Ryan cards. Here's one for the Red Sox PC, Tom Bernansky. And these, since we're looking at the back here, just amazing card backs. If you think about, what Topps was doing at the time with their card backs, Upper Deck really took things to a new level. Carlos Martinez, Chuck Knobloch of the Twins. And we've got a Thomas Howard, Todd Stottlemyre with Toronto, Candy Maldonado up next, also with the Jays, and not exactly sporting the most athletic physique I've ever seen. That's an interesting pose there. We've got a Dave Anderson with the Giants, Lenny Dykstra Nails with the Philadelphia Phillies. Nice catcher card here of World Series champion Pat Borders with the Toronto Blue Jays. Love that image of the ball floating in. Good shot there. Here's another guy that I was a big fan of back in the day. Teammate of Nolan Ryan in the background there, Mr. Juan Gonzalez, Juan Gon. So loved him. He was the man. Could drive in runs like nobody else for a short period there anyway. Roberto Hernandez, star rookie, giving an interview for Channel 19 there. Very dated photograph. And then we've also got a Braulio Castillo rookie. I have zero recollection of this individual playing Major League Baseball, if he even did. And then we close out the pack with a perhaps culturally insensitive card to a degree now, the Welcome to the Chop Shop card. So not sure how the viewers of the channel feel about the Braves song and the tomahawk chop that goes on in the stadium. I've actually been to Atlanta a couple times, and I can vouch for the fact that that is still going on as recently as, like, I think 2018 is the last time I found myself in Atlanta, and the tomahawk chop was in full effect. So next I'm going to tear into this Panini UEFA Euro packet, and this was a cool set. So these were done for the Euros in 2008. They are not game card, well, I guess they are game cards to an extent. I shouldn't say that, but they have more of a trading card feel than other game cards that came out at the time. There's cool things that you can pull out of this product, like acetate cards. There are early career cards of guys like Ronaldo, Luka Modric, rookie card, things like that. So I have an unopened box of this that I bought before the Euros last year, and I've just kind of slowly been making my way through this and kind of half accumulating a set. Here's a Miguel card for Portugal. And if this one's a dupe, I am putting together a package for my buddy over at Freedom Sufferer Cards, who I know is a Portugal fan, so I could probably include that. And along the same lines, here's a Johnny Hittinga for the Netherlands. Another Portugal card here. We got a Portugal hot pack. This is Ricardo. I have already pulled the one of the Ronaldos that's available in this product, as well as one of the Luka Modric rookie cards. So it's been a very productive box so far. Here's a David Villa for Spain. Then this is cool. These are the acetate cards that I was referring to. Pretty cool here. This is a Netherlands card of Clarence Seedorf. I love these cards. There is a Ronaldo acetate and a Luka Modric acetate as well. I think a Zlatan, which I believe I already pulled. And then we close it out here with a Per Mertesacker. Probably mispronounced that, for Germany. So pretty cool pack there. A little bit of international flair to today's episode. And 2 packs to go. This is one that I just enjoy because it reminds me of collecting as a kid. This is the Lone Topps Kids release. It was a one and done. Came out, I believe, in the year 1992. And I just enjoyed this. There are no inserts or hits or anything like that. It was a product obviously targeted at children, and loved the creative advertisements that they used in this on the backs of these cards, and the cartoons, the design. It's just really, really nice. So I've actually done an entire episode on this before. You can look that up in the past on the channel. I have a hobby box of this, and every once in a while I'll just grab a pack off the top like I did here today, and I'm sort of slowly working on completing this set for what would be the second time in my life. I did have the complete set as a kid, and I have some of those originals. Another thing that's cool about this product, the gum comes individually wrapped to prevent damage with artwork. So, you know, this is almost like a stick of like juicy fruit or something that you'd get, you know, back in the day. Wrapped gum from Topps, so that's a nice touch there. And then as far as the cards, there are a few different designs. Like I said, no inserts or cards of value, but here's one design featuring Greg Jeffries. And you get the Now with the Royals, like O-Pee-Chee style team update. On the same design, we've got Ruben Sierra, another slugging Texas Ranger. This has been a day of Texas Rangers cards here so far. Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley here, showing his flow in the back. Good card there. This one is like arguably my favorite design. I love the cartoon dugout background, but Mr. Harold Reynolds, who of course went on to be a media personality. Got on the caricature type design, we've got Darryl Strawberry. Love that. Mel Hall on the, I always refer to this as like the comic book POW design, I guess. And then the last card in the pack, we have Pedro's brother, Ramon Martinez of the LA Dodgers. So not the most exciting pack of that product. That's a relatively small checklist, so it tends to be kind of jam-packed with Hall of Famers, and that wasn't really the case in that pack, but hopefully I need a few of those for my budding set. And then last but not least, I'm going to give this one a crack because I know from prior experience these stick together quite a bit, and I've had some issues with snow, which I probably will in this pack as well. But we have a Starlog science fiction pack. Got this for 75 cents at a hobby shop back in Connecticut when I stopped by coming back from visiting my parents, and I pulled some fun cards out of these before, so figured we would throw one in for the finale of today's rip. And holy God, are these stuck together. So here's a covers checklist card, I guess. So you can send $1 in and get some bonus cards if you cared to do that back in the day. Oof, brutal. So these cover like pop culture and science fiction, and yeah, I'm obviously going to have a lot of snow on these. I'll have to try the freezer trick in the future. But first up, we have Dark Man, a movie that I recall from, I think, the early to mid-90s, maybe. Arnold Schwarzenegger here with a T2 card. And these, of course, are the covers of the magazine Starlog, which was a science fiction magazine back then. I don't believe it exists any longer, but I guess I don't know for certain. There's a Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard, obviously. Star Trek reference there. This is probably my favorite card in the pack. Movie that I loved as a kid and still watch as an adult to this day, Jurassic Park. I was a very impressionable, like 9-year-old when that came out, in the or a 10-year-old, and that one obviously hit home and helped develop or further develop my love of dinosaurs. Next up, we got a very snowy Superman card. Here's one from I don't know what this is. The Unknown, the Odyssey. Not familiar with this one, I'll have to admit. And closing things out, we've got Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, the sequel to the very popular Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie that was a hit when I was a child. And we close it out here with a Back to the Future 3 card. Did pull a Back to the Future 1 card out of one of these packs previously, which I guess I would consider like a Marty McFly rookie card. So maybe that one there is like getting a third year Marty McFly, so to speak. So there you go. A little bit of randomness, some baseball, some soccer, some non-sport. Hope you saw something that was interesting to you. A lot of these will probably be heading out in trade packages to buddies, but it was fun to scratch the itch, as it always is. And I will certainly be back in the near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care.